Okay, so yeah, here it is. It is our project that we started. It's like a gallery type shooting game. It uses a vector of circles, and every 1 second, I believe, yes, it adds a circle to our vector, sets its radius, sets the origin to the center of the circle, changes the color, sets it a little bit off the screen, and then it also restarts the clock so that it can go to 1 second again. So that's how the timers work in C++. You can make as many as you want. I could make another clock for a different object. I could even make a vector of clocks. And then it also goes through all of them and erases them all. And then it draws them all as well. And that's what it looks like there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that I output the size so that it's always between 1 and 2. Okay. So today I think what we'll do is just add some mouse controls to it. See what happens. Now you can make a mouse variable in SFML. You can make your own mouse variable, but you actually don't have to because there only is one mouse. Typically, you would never need to make two mouse variables. Oh yes, Sky. After I'm done this, I'll set up a Google Meet where we can chat, and I can hopefully fix your computer for you. Okay. Okay. So because there's only one mouse that you're ever working with, you don't need to make a mouse variable. There's actually a little trick that you can. You can't get yours working either, yeah? Okay. I'll after I'm done with Sky, I'll see if we can sort yours out. Okay, let's look at this mouse thing. So, what I want to do is check if my mouse button is pressed down so that I can kind of shoot at the target or something. The other thing is maybe I'll find a little crosshair or something like that to follow my mouse's position so that I have a sprite that follows it. For now, I'll probably just make a circle shape, just like a simple circle shape. Yeah, you could use the collision code as well, as long as the collision code only works for squares and circles. I'll show you kind of like a cheaty little way to see if things are hitting. Okay, so I'm gonna go. First of all, before I even put a circle shape to my mouse pointer, I'm just going to print. I'm going to delete a circle if I touch it with my mouse and I'm clicking. So let's do that first. So I'll come down here, maybe on line 26 again, and I'll just say if, and here's how you use the mouse. It's exactly the way you would use the keyboard. You go mouse : : and on the keyboard you'd say is button pressed. Okay. But here you say mouse : left. That's just my mouse button. I'm going to see out something like click or whatever. Click. You can see it saying it there. Notice how it says it. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Let me get rid of my C out for my row sizer. Even just tapping it, it's like a bunch of clicks. Tapping it, that's 2 clicks. Even just the tiniest little touch for me is like a few clicks. because it was down for those frames that were running. But that's okay. All I need to see is that it's clicked. Okay. The other thing I want to see, so I'm going to do an ampersand and thing here and say, let me pick, I'm actually going to have to go through, all of my rows, right? So if we're going to do a for loop, because I have to go through all of my targets. So for int I equals 0, I is less than row 1 dot size I plus plus, like that. Now I'm going to put this whole if statement inside of here like this. Close that up. Okay. So if mouse button is clicked, not only is mouse button clicked, but then here's like the cheap way to check if a point is inside of like an image or a shape or whatever. You write the name of the shape, so my name will be row 1I, because I'm going through all of my rows. And you write get global bounds. This function does not necessarily return the minimum bounding rectangle. It returns like a rectangle of what the shape is inside of, I guess. Just returns like a little box that your shape sits inside of. And it's like kind of the minimum rectangle that would hold your shape. So for us it should be probably not the best way to check collision, but it'll work. And then there's this one called contains, and you can pass it a point. And I'm going to pass it the mouse position. Mouse : get position. Let me see if that works. CO clicked or something, right? It doesn't work because the mouse returns an integer for its get position, and the function is expecting a float. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write mouse : get position dot x and mouse : this is going to be like the biggest line of all time in C++ dot y, and then I'm going to put the word float in brackets in front of each of them, and that'll switch them both to floats. Float. Okay. Let's close that side window. So it's checking every circle's basically bounding box to see if it contains the point where my mouse pointer is at. Will it work? No, you'll see it's not saying anything. And that's because there's a little trick here. And you actually have to write inside of get position, you have to write the name of your window so that it knows the mouse position relative to the window you're using and not the actual monitor. And then it should work. Does it say clicked if I hit it? Clicked. Yeah. But it doesn't say clicked if I don't hit it. That should be good enough collision for us. We could also turn off the mouse pointer if we wanted to and set a... There is a thing here under window that if you go like comma, there is a style, you can look it up, where you could set no cursor or something like that. Look it up in SFML if you want to get rid of your cursor and set it as like a crosshair or something. Just have a, basically what you would do is you would have a sprite that's like a crosshair, and you constantly set its position to the mouse's get position, just like this, and then that picture will follow your mouse around. But anyways, what I wanted to do is actually erase the thing I'm hitting. So I would go row 1 dot erase like that. And then again, I can't just say I have to say row 1 I, or row 1 dot begin, right? Plus I. And now it should erase. I gotcha. I gotcha. This game's too easy, guys. Oh, I almost missed one. And then you could have like a row coming down, or you don't have to set anything up like this. But I thought it'd be good just to show how to get started on that project.